I think, the more and more I think about some of the stuff that I took for getting stronger and so hydroxycut was one. Took that for a few years. Had some great workouts based on hydroxycut, but like we said, it was speed, really.
Yeah,
Just
yeah, pretty much.
we just didn't know it. And then so much ammonia. I was talking to one of the guys the other day. I took so much ammonia all the time. I really enjoyed ammonia. And I used to make it look like it didn't affect me. So I'd like do a double cap, like, and on the inside,
Oh
I'm like
man.
going, I'm ready to just bust through a wall. But on the outside, I try and do this like stoic monk thing. Um, so I messed, that reminded me, I messed Joe Capolino up like that one time. I had brand new nose talk. It was really, really fresh. And you used to see me sitting at the back and just waving it under my nose like it was nothing. And I used, because that was my thing, was trying to stay in control. And Joe said, oh, I've run out. Can I use yours? And I said, yeah, here you go. And I didn't warn him how strong it was. And because he'd been seeing me use it so much, he thought it was kind of weak. So he's opened it up and gone for a big like this right before his third attempt bench, and it threw him off so wildly. He walked back off the platform and just goes, "You're an asshole." I'm like, a funny asshole though, wasn't it?
Oh my god. Surprised
Just
he didn't fall over.
it blew the back of his head out. You know.
I've never, not once, have used ammonia. Never even smelled it before.
Oh man, it's a horrible, noxious smell, but the nervous system responds to it because it's like massive activation of the trigeminal nerve. There's a lot of pathways there where trigeminal nerve is going to be good for strength. It's one of the reasons why mouth guards work. It's not the olfactory response that you're getting. It really is the trigeminal response that we're going after. It's a weird thing, and you get a massive sympathetic high from it, really. So you get lots of adrenaline, lots of power.
I didn't know that about the
Mm.
trigeminal nerve. That's interesting.
Yeah, so you get this mixed reaction because with cranial nerves, people will often talk about them in isolation, but I can't activate some of them without activating two or three others. So you think with smelling, it's going to be all olfactory based, but you're also getting a lot of facial and trigeminal activation at the same time.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah,
That's
that's
cool.
fun. It's fun.
Because everything you hear is it's making you smell, and it's so crazy that it makes you want to run away from the smell.
Yeah, there's that. There's a lot of
But
stories. There's a lot of cool stories people describe neuro with that aren't quite accurate, but they're decent metaphors.
right,
But the metaphor isn't the event.
I always thought it wasn't. I didn't think it would. Number one, it wasn't going to help me because again, mine was more in my head the whole time. I didn't need anything to kind of disappear.
Yeah, it sounded like
And
you had enough rage going on inside your skull anyway.
right, and two, from everything that I've read, it doesn't last long enough. It's more of like it's really
Yeah,
quick. So
it's
by the
like,
time you smell it and then get to the platform and ready to lift, it's already whatever happened is already gone. Is that right or
oh, yeah, the peak effect is gone. But
okay?
because you can't clear your bloodstream that quickly because you've dumped so much adrenaline into the bloodstream. Obviously, that initial where you go like that, that's the peak effect. But that'll stick around for another 30 seconds to a minute.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
much longer than I thought. Okay.
yeah. But that's also why I would be sitting right out the back and I'd be sniffing it because I was always just trying to sort of keep it topped up. And then if I was on a bench, I would take a big sniff before I put my wrist wraps on, do my wrist wraps, chalk my hands, and then hit bars loaded and take one last hit.